Hi, welcome back to my channel Infinity for UPSC. Word origin. So, how did the word geography come into existence? It has been taken from two Greek words. One is G, another one Graphia. G means earth and Graphia means writing. So, it is writing about earth. That is the meaning of geography. Similarly, three other words are given in your book. Geology, that is study of the earth. Geometry, measurement of the earth. Geoid, this means something which is resembling the shape of earth. So, study of earth, measurement of earth, and the shape which resembles that of the earth. Next, sky. The sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others dim. So we'll be discussing both these aspects, that is what these bright objects are and why these objects are dim. Now there are two terms which you need to understand here. One is Purnima, another one Amavasya. So Purnima means full moon and this happens once in a month's time. So Purnima happens once in a month's time. Full moon is equal to Purnima. A fortnight later. What is fortnight? Fortnight means 14 days. So after 14 days, that is on the 15th day, you cannot see the moon at all. The English term is new moon night. Actually, it is confusing. This looks as if there is a moon, but there is no moon on this day. New moon means no moon. And the corresponding Hindi word is Amavasya. So Amavasya means new moon. What is the speciality of this day, Amavasya? For an astrologer, it is the best day to watch the night sky. Why is it the best day? Since there is no moon, since there is no light in the night, you can see the night very clearly. Now what will happen if there is some sort of light? That is, if there is moon in the night, what will happen? The stars, the planets which are less bright than moon, those objects will not appear very clearly. So Amavasya is the best time for an astrologer to watch the sky. What is the condition? Provided it is a clear night. That is, there should not be any clouds. Because of clouds, there will be reflection of light and it will be difficult for you to observe the night. We know this fact, right? During the daytime also there are moon and the stars, but those are not visible because the brightness of the sun covers those things. So similar concept you have to apply here. During the Amavasya time, when there is no moon, the other objects which are less brighter than the moon, those becomes visible. Next, solar system. So what all entities together form the solar system that we have? The sun, the 8 planets, the satellites of these planets, the asteroids, the meteoroids. All these collectively form the solar system. So remember this fact: sun, planets, satellites, asteroids, meteoroids. Now you have to pay attention to one more thing, and some other celestial bodies. That means asteroid and meteoroid, even these are celestial bodies. That means even these shine. So asteroids and meteoroids have got shine. Remember this fact, it is very important for your MCQ. Now who is the head of the solar system? It is the sun. Why so? Because sun is at the center of the solar system. That is one reason. Second, it is the light and heat of the sun which is being given to all of these things. That is, the planets, the satellites, the asteroids, the meteoroids, all these shine because of the light of the sun. So because of these two reasons, sun is the head of the solar system. Next is interesting fact. So these things, that is interesting fact or do you know, all these things are given in separate boxes in your textbook. So please take a note of all those boxes, and those are important for your MCQs. So do not miss those content. So what is given in this box? Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus, they have got rings around them. That is these kind of rings. So these 3 planets, that is the second last, third last and fourth last. Neptune doesn't have a ring around it, but these 3 have got rings around it. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. Saturn's ring we can see with the naked eye, but Jupiter and Uranus you will need powerful telescopes. And what are these rings? These rings are nothing but the belts of debris. And what are these debris? These debris are small rocks, and those rocks are nothing but the remaining particles of some old planet. some planet might have broken, and those particles, that is the broken particles, they form the asteroid belt and they form these rings, and they are the asteroids and meteoroids. So they are nothing but the broken pieces of some older planet. So that is what we see as the rings in case of Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus. Next, another box content. Those who study the celestial bodies and their movements are called as astronomers. So there are two terms, astronomy and astrology. Both are directly or indirectly dependent on the stars. That is, astronomy means study of celestial bodies, and astrology means it is predicting your future, but that is also using the stars. That is using the stars, the position of the planets, and that is how they arrive at the future or the palm reading. So both are dependent directly or indirectly on the stars. One is astronomy, another one astrology. Now these kind of questions are also very important. That is, a personality is given to you and the corresponding profession. So you will have to match these two, and that is how you arrive at the correct answer. So Aryabhatta, what is his profession? He was an astronomer. And what did he contribute to the astronomy? His very important contribution is, it was he who mentioned that the moon and the planets shine because of the reflected sunlight. That is, the moon and planets, they do not have their own heat and light. Instead, they are using the heat and light of the sun, and that is how they shine. There were many misconceptions in the earlier period, but few of the astronomers, they had changed the course of the astronomy itself or geography itself by highlighting such facts, by correcting the facts. And Aryabhatta was one such person. So we will have to remember him for the fact that he gave us. And what is the fact? The moon and the planets shine due to the reflected sunlight. Do you know? Light travels at the speed of about 3 lakh km per second. This is very important, 3 lakh km per second. So you can imagine the speed. Yet even with this speed, the light of the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. So the light of the sun reaches after 8 minutes from emitting the sun. So what is happening in reality? When you look at the sun, you are seeing a sun which is older by 8 minutes, because the light reaches your eyes after 8 minutes. So whatever you are seeing in the sky, that is old by 8 minutes. That is not the present status. And that is because of the delay in time, that is 8 minutes late. A satellite is a celestial body that moves around the planets in the same way as the planets move around the sun. We had seen that moon revolves around the earth and earth revolves around the sun. Now the satellite that we know, that is moon, it is a natural satellite, but we have got several artificial satellites which are made by human beings. What is the purpose? The purpose is information gathering or communication. So for these two purposes, we have built several satellites and we have placed all those in the orbit. There are many examples of such satellites. They are INSAT, IRS, EduSat, all these are artificial satellites. Milky Way galaxy. From the earth we can see a whitish broad band, and this is called as Milky Way galaxy. Now this is a very glowing structure, and if it is a clear sky, that is if there are no clouds, you can see it very visibly. And what is the composition of this galaxy? It has got millions of stars. So a galaxy has got millions of stars. Now where is our solar system? A solar system is within this galaxy. So there are many galaxies within a universe, and one such galaxy is Milky Way galaxy. So it is in this Milky Way galaxy that our solar system resides. And this solar system has got our sun and the planet Earth. Now this Milky Way galaxy, it has got one more term, and that is Akash Ganga. Why is it named so? Because in the ancient India, when people observed this Milky Way galaxy, it appeared to them that it is a river of light flowing. So a river of light which is flowing is termed as Akash Ganga by the ancient Indians. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. So galaxy has got several stars, and there are millions of such galaxies that make the universe. So let's see, where are we? So if this outer structure is the universe, you have got millions of galaxies. And within such millions of galaxies, you have got millions of solar systems in each of these galaxies. And in one such solar system, we have got our sun and our earth is residing here. So you can understand that how huge this universe is. Now, if you look at this diagram, you might think that you are very insignificant in this entire structure. But that is not the case. You should understand that microcosm and macrocosm are the reflection of each other, and it is the microcosm which affects the macrocosm. What I'm trying to say is that there is an entire universe within our body, and it is that universe which is affecting the universe which is lying outside our body. So the microcosm, that means the galaxy within our body, is affecting the macrocosm, that is the galaxy or the universe which is lying outside our body. So do not think that you are insignificant. Instead, you are so significant that you can change the course of the entire universe. So remember that fact. So that's all from my side for this topic. Please like, share and subscribe this channel if it is helping you, and I'll be back with the next video very soon. Thank you so much.